Every minute, 500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube, and some people are thinking, is there too much competition, or am I too late to the game when it comes to making, content for your business? And that's why I want to get into the whole mindset and how you approach, building a YouTube channel in 2022. Some of the things that go through our heads are, what will people think of me? And also, for those of you guys watching online or anybody here, if you guys want to suggest anything else that comes through, questions that are stopping you from creating your YouTube channel, these are some of them. So, are people going to like my content? Do I look dumb? I hate the way I sound. That's a big one. People hate the sound of their voice, and you just have to push through that. You have to just do it anyway and show up, right? And lastly, I get a lot, what do I talk about? I don't even know what content I should make. Okay?
I mean, either that or you find somebody in your organization that becomes that person. Sometimes it's just it's just a partner. And it really does depend, or somebody that really has a passion for your product or service. You have to have a passion for it, because otherwise people will feel that you're just trying to make money on it, not trying to actually help people. So you have to just put a person in front that has that ability to communicate and that feels comfortable, and they get better with time. Just like analogy of a bicycle, right? You get better with time, you got to practice it. Same thing with basketball, same thing with any of these things. You get better with time, it gets easier. First time I got on the stage was January 2017. The first 5 seconds I thought to myself, what the heck am I doing here? I had all these people looking at me, just like you guys right now looking at me, and it was a moment of panic. They didn't realize I was panicking, but internally I was like, I gotta get out of here fast. And then I delivered. I had horrible slides. I just had put them together. I knew nothing about putting together slides. I was in Vegas on an event, and I delivered the workshop. And people came to thank me, and I realized, wait a second, I got value here. It was good. So then I just kept on building from that point on. But if you go back, I have a podcast that I have done by now over 1,000 episodes for a long time. And if you go back and listen to the first one and you compare it to my certainty now on a stage, listening to me right now here, it doesn't happen overnight. It's something that you got to know. It's like building a business, right? You're building your own ability to communicate. It's no different than building a business. It's no different than raising a child, right? It's no different than any of that stuff. It's a process of improving yourself along the way. Don't forget that every single one of those influencers that you guys know at some point had the same amount of subscribers that you did. At some point, they had 0. That's a reality. At some point, Dr. Berg, that now gets 100,000 subscribers every single week, said, and Dr. Berg has a great story. He'll tell you about it. I actually interviewed him one time to talk about the whole content creation, and he'll tell you. He actually had to do seminars on public speaking. He was terrified of getting on stages, terrified of speaking to people. And look at this guy now, right? 100,000 subscribers a week and growing like crazy, 6.3 million subscribers on YouTube, an absolute machine, content creation machine. He wouldn't think about himself in that way many, many years ago. So you gotta just know that wherever you are, somebody else that has become successful in that area was in that exact same spot. The only difference was that they got going. They actually did the next step, and then they need the next step, and they felt, I gotta do this, and sometimes you gotta push yourself and give a little pat to your own back and just make it happen. And that's how you get really going.
Exactly. And so the last thing I was mentioning there is a lot of people are like, well, how do I start? Like, what do I make content about? Here is a very good website. It's called answerthepublic.com. If you guys want to make a note of that, or it's also going to be in our guide that we're giving away. So this is a very cool website that you just type in a couple of keywords, and then it's going to give you all the questions that people are asking on the internet about those keywords. Okay, it's going to give you how questions, why questions, should I, blah, 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 whatever keywords you're typing in. And now you have easily 300, videos that you could just make off, and that's just off of one search on this website.
The only problem is I don't know people can afford it.
I know.
How much does it cost?
Can you guys afford free?
Just like this workshop, right? It's free, right? You can use it now. After a certain amount of searches, it's going to tell you, hey, you already know? free searches, right? It's going to ask you to get on a paid program or something like that. But those free searches are about 4,000 questions.
Yeah.
All right. So all you got to do, it's literally based on what people are searching on Google: hows, whens, whats, whys, etc., about your business. And you use that as inspiration. You can even download a PDF of all those questions. It's really cool. And all you got to do is answer those questions one at a time.
That's right. Just make a video, answer each one of those.